In just a matter of 2 hours, Avista Adventist Hospital behind me here in Louisville evacuated the entire building on the day the fire came just feet from the building. 51 patients and around 100 staff members were evacuated, and this building itself took a lot of smoke, soot, and debris. And before they can even begin to reopen, they have to handle the cleanup. There's a lot you expect to see at a hospital.
And make sure all of these are running correctly.
But not this.
It's filtering all of our air.
Not the emergency room, filled with air filters. Not the lobby, filled with beds.
Never seen this.
Not a hospital with no patients.
It's been kind of surreal.
But that's where Avista Adventist Hospital in Louisville is right now.
Smoke was everywhere. At that moment, I had not seen flames just yet. But within minutes, that changed.
The Marshall fire came within feet of the hospital.
We did not have a lot of time.
The hospital's Director of Quality and Facilities, Natalie Ingmeyer,
Yep.
led the way to evacuate.
And we were taking patients quickly out of here down to the ER.
We started with our NICU babies, the neonatal intensive care unit babies. Our OB and babies were shortly thereafter, followed by our ICU patients.
This is where we were transferring all the patients out.
So it was just putting them in the ambulances.
In the end, the hospital was spared.
I can't see it as anything other than a miracle. What's hard for me to wrap my head around is that we were spared and the neighbors we've been serving for the last 31 years have not been.
Now they're trying to get back to serving those neighbors.
So right now we're doing a high-level clean. They're preparing to take down the ceiling tiles this evening. The concern is it was so heavy in here that it's absorbed some of the smoke and ash. These are air scrubbers, so we've got about 200 of these in the building that are circulating the air and taking the particulate counts out.
This also means going through every room and taking the equipment out.
And then they'll do a thorough cleaning of this equipment and then get it back into the rooms.
50 workers per shift to get this hospital back up and running.
Healthcare has been very hard over the last 2 years through this pandemic. They have sacrificed over the last few years, putting themselves at risk to care for others. Last week was another example of healthcare workers putting others first and themselves second.
The CEO here tells me that they don't have an exact timeline just yet as to when they can start to reopen, but they are working to do so as soon and as safely as possible. In the meantime, employees that were here are spread out throughout other hospitals for work. In Louisville tonight, Luis De Leon, 9 News.